Right, so today I'm going to take you through the whole process of filleting sardines and canning them. Today I'm going to completely fillet them, take off the heads, tails and any fins that may be on them, fillet the bones out completely. I'm going to place them in canning jars, add some tomato and herb sauce, a little bit of tomato puree, and they're actually going to be canned for 100 minutes, so an hour and 40 minutes. My pressure on the pressure canner will be 10. So I'll start at the beginning. So just let me finish this one. I'm just in the process of doing, and I'll start a whole new one for you. Welcome back to Wallflowers. I'm so glad you've chosen to join me today. With the cost of living, we're having to prepare a lot of food and buy it as discount as possible. So I have 22 slim sardines here that I bought frozen on Friday at Fur Clemt, one of the food initiatives that I go to quite regularly. So if you do watch my hauls, excuse me, if you do watch my hauls, you will see I purchased these for £3 this week. Had I bought them in the supermarket, it would have actually cost me £4.99. So as I say, I'm going to take you through the process. It's quite, if you're a vegan or you don't like the side of this process, then stop watching the video now because you're not going to enjoy it. But those that are foodies and want to learn how to preserve this type of food, please continue because I'm not going to miss a step. I'm going to take you through from beginning to end. So literally at the end of the head, you literally just break it and pull it off. Then you've got like a seam going down the fish. So some of them are working out great, some of them are a bit messy. So I'm just popping my finger or my thumb in and I'm opening that up myself. And just kind of open it a little bit. So if you feel from the head end, you can feel where the spine is. So I'm just getting my nail underneath. It's like a rough bit, you're just pulling the spinal bone out. So I'm just getting my nail underneath and then I'm going to run along. I'm trying not to lose too much fish because these are only slim sardines. So as you can see, I'm just removing the spine. Now we've filleted that out. It's quite messy. I'm not the best at this job. I'm looking to see if there's a fin on the back and there isn't. So I have a bowl of salt water here. It's just a tablespoon of Himalayan salt and some filleted water. And I'm just going to lay the fillets in there. And as I carry on working through the fish, I shall place them in that salt water. So again, just take you through again. I'm taking the head off and running my thumbnail through to open up so I can get to the spine. As I'm at the head end, you feel like a roughness under your thumb. So I'm trying to get, you see these hairy spikes coming off it, I'm trying to get my thumbnail under. They're getting quite slippy, these gloves now, because I've done, is it 4 so far? So just bear with me while I get my thumb underneath. I don't profess to be a professional. There's no Instagram things here. This is home life, real food, real work. And I'm just trying to stock my pantry for tough times ahead that may come, that we all believe are coming soon. Now, it can cost anywhere between £1.50 and £2.50 per tin of sardines or pilchards, and we buy them on a regular basis. I'm fortunate enough to be able to buy them from the food initiative, so I'm not paying the supermarket prices. But if I was, it'd be costing between £1.50 and £2.50 per tin. The price cost analysis on the breakdown of this works out that I'm paying approximately 69 pence per jar, which is big saving. Now the sauce you can see just to the side. So it's a tomato and herb sauce. Now I paid 42 pence for that quite a while ago in one of the food initiatives, Fur Clemt. And it's one of those things I've kept at the back of the pantry, and every now and again I pull a tin out similar, whether I make a batch of pizzas or I make something that calls for the tomato sauce and that quantity, then I'll take the tin out. So that's probably been in the back of the cupboard for anywhere between 8 and 12 months, and I'm now ready to use it. A bit fiddly this bit. And I'm now ready to use it. So I've paid 42 pence. Had I purchased it from Breaks, it would have cost me £6.99. So, you know, you can see there it's a £6.47 saving, something like that. Trying to think on my feet. But they're £9.99 on Amazon, so even bigger savings. So that 42 pence I spent 12 months ago, say, has been a lovely investment for me. So I'm going to use a tomato puree. I'm going to also put a teaspoon of that in each jar. So I paid 20 pence in this week's haul for my tube of tomato puree. Had I purchased that in the supermarket, it would have cost me 65 pence. So again, a 45 pence saving. So each little bit adds up in the pantry. And although this is a messy job, they're there. Each time I want sardines and rice, each time I want a meal that I'm going to use sardines for, I basically treat the sardines and the pilchards exactly the same. And with them being tomato-based once complete, it'll just be exactly the same. But we do enjoy sardines and rice or pilchards and rice. The trickiest part of this is the first part when you're trying to maneuver that piece of spine away from the meat. It's just a little tricky nub that you have to try and get your nail underneath. And once you've got that and it starts pulling away, you're on the home straight. This one seems to be a bit trickier. Right. I say my fillets aren't going to be perfect, but going to be really enjoyable once it comes to cooking time. Quite happy with that. Okay, so I'm just going to finish prepping these, bringing them all together, and I'll show you how I place them in the jars and where we go from there. Okay, so they're all filleted. So I've got 22 filleted here. You can see at the beginning I was a bit rough at it and just learning, and gradually you can see I got better and better at it. So for the first time, I'm really proud of myself, and it is something I'll do on more of a regular basis. So as you know, I had it soaking in a bowl of just a tablespoon of Himalayan salt, and it just cleared it all out. You can see the state of the water, and it's just cleaned the fish up a little bit now to work with. And just had it resting on a bit of kitchen roll to just pat off a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put an 1/8 of table salt, not table salt, sorry, never table salt, an 1/8 of the Himalayan salt in each jar. I try to always put the salt in first now so I don't forget. So there's my salt in. I'm going to start at the beginning. So I'm going to roll them over and roll them and just put them like little roll mops in. They probably fall and take their own shape, but that's okay. I'll put them in. That's 1, 2, 4, 5, so put 6 in. Put 6 in. Now I've got a large spoon, so this is my sauce. So put on the filter so I don't make a mess, and just chop it up with the sauce. Now you can see this is quite thick sauce. It's probably normally used as a pizza sauce, pizza topping, but it'll be perfect for this scenario. So I've got that. I'm also going to put in each one a tablespoon thereabouts of tomato puree, and then on top of that I'm going to fill up to the neck in just the water. So take my debubbler, make sure, during that suction then, make sure I go all the way around the outside of the jar first to make sure that the bubbles are released, so we get no bacteria in the jars. Try and go down the middle if I can. And as you can see, by doing that, the liquid level has dropped. So again, I'll top up to the neck. Quickly give it another little debubble. And basically that's ready to be canned. So carry on with the next one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That little one can go in there as well. 6. Tomato first. I'll put the tomato in. A tablespoon again of the tomato puree, thereabouts. Can you see here through? Top up to the neckline again with the water. Oh, lost a bit of my puree there, but that's okay. Debubble again. Go into the centre. Chop the water level up again. And that's another one complete. And obviously I'm just going to carry on doing that step with the next ones. 2, 3, 4. I think on these two we'll have half and half. Oopsie daisy. Can't make an omelette without cracking some eggs. In with the tomato puree. Chop up to the neck with the water. Let me know if you're in the UK and you're canning Because when I first started this process, there were very, very few people canning in the UK. And I know gradually, over people I talk to personally, it's a few more each year now. People are actually getting to grips with the concept, getting over the fear of canning. Because, yeah, I was fearful. I think most people are fearful once they first start canning. But yeah, let me know if you're in the UK and you're canning, because I'm really curious how many of us there are now. I know it's a growing industry, but how many are actually doing it? And have you ever prepared fish to can? We all like to try our hand at meat and vegetables and fruits, etc., but we never hear much about fish being canned. Okay, that's number 3 ready. And last but not least, I don't know why they bother rolling them up, because they're coming loose in the jar, but a little routine. Okay. I think I just add the right amount in this tin as well for the 4 jars. We were umming and ahhing before we started, weren't we? Did we need a bigger tin or a second tin? But I think it's just the perfect amount, really. You know me, waste not, want not. Yeah. Pour the water in there. Give it a good stir around. Did I put the tomato puree in? No. Add the tomato puree. Time to debubble. Now you can obviously buy sardines or pilchards with just the sunflower oil or different oils. I just only like it with the tomato. It just makes it for me, the tomato flavour with the pilchards or the sardines. And I always prefer it with the tomato base. How about you? Do you like it plain with the oil or without anything? Or are you like me, preferring the tomato to it? So, now I'm just going to quickly wipe the rims. Some people even add a spoon of oil at this stage. So I could have used a bit of my olive oil, or I just prefer not to. Yeah, it's a very high omega-3 oil fish, and I think it's sufficient. So we've now got our lids. I haven't soaked them in hot water because I'm doing everything cold, cold, cold. So it's my kitchen, my rules. Right. Finger tight, not too tight, just finger tight. Four jars of sardines in tomato sauce with herbs. So now, this is where you come into your forte, really, because you like it with the can of side, don't you? So I get to have a glug of my coffee and hold the camera and let Mr. Wallflowers come into his own on this section. There you go.
So with the canner, this is an American Presto canner.
Presto 24.
Yeah, it's not just a normal pressure cooker that you can buy here, that you have the timer on, you steam your veg. You can't pressure can in a pressure cooker. It's got to be one of these that have designed. Yeah. So you just fill it up. There's a line that goes all the way around. You just fill the water up to there.
What we're saying, about 2 inches.
Yeah.
And you've got a tray at the bottom, haven't you? Because you never put the glass jars just in a pressure canner without a tray for it to sit on. So that one you can see with the holes, that actually comes in and out. This is for someone who's never canned before and you're interested.
We only have the little bit of water in there for the steam that creates the steam, that creates the pressure. So what we do is, where we live, it's between 10 and 11 pounds of pressure that we need to can these safely.
And we didn't know at first, because obviously we've took this from an American concept, it's an American thing. So we Googled what our pressure was and researched
altitude and where you are.
So it's what altitude you're at. So we researched and we discovered ours is basically 10, but for some things it's 10 to 11. And you get used to that with experience, really, don't you?
Yeah. So on this canner, it has a little arrow at the side. There's an arrow at the side. So you just match the arrows up.
It's always a fiddle, isn't it?
That's now sealed on there. So we have the temperature gauge here, the pressure gauge. So we put this on now on the heat. Just put it on a medium heat because it soon heats up. So what we do now is we wait for around about 10 to 15 minutes for this to get hotter and hotter, and steam starts coming out of here. Then you wait till there's a steady stream of steam coming out, and then you put the weight on, and then that creates the pressure. Then you
take it off now, then.
Up to 11 pounds of pressure with the weight on, and you leave that on then for 90 what was it?
1 hour 40. Yeah, 100 minutes.
And then let it cool down, open it up, and the pressure's seal, the vacuum seal then, and they'll stay on the shelf for 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
If they last that long. It'll take about 10-15 minutes for the steam to start coming out of it.
So we'll do that whole process and come back and show the end results. Okay, see you soon.
So we've had it going for 1 hour and 40 minutes. We've had the timer on. We've let it cool down now for 20 minutes. We've took the weight off there. So everything, all the pressure's gone down to 0 now. So we're just going to open this up. And you still got to be careful because it's still very hot.
Still see the steam coming out. Got to pop it here on the sink.
So we'll just lift them out with these little grabbers that you've got. And they should be sealed. There's been no leaks anywhere.
Very nice. How many did we do? 4?
4. them to cool down, and then they'll be sealed and be on the shelf for a couple of years.
After a couple of hours, I'll take the outer rings off, and then we'll leave them there for 24 hours to completely cool down. Hopefully, they ping properly.
Yeah. There's been no leakage, so it should be well done.
Absolutely amazing. Okay. Lovely. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. It can be a bit off-putting, deboning and deheading the fish. I can understand that. And when I first started, Mr. Wallflowers says there's no way I could do that. And as he gradually seen how easy it was getting for me to get through the fish, he actually joined in with me and he did the last 3 himself. And he was pretty good at it. So yeah, don't let things put you off. If you're prepared to eat it, then be prepared to actually process it. Okay. Thank you so much for coming today. Please take care. Remember you're loved. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.